Fox 17 Rock and Review. We're on the road right now at the Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum here in Nashville, Tennessee. And my special guest is Paul Shaffer, 33 years as the music director for David Letterman, Grammy Award winner, actor, voice talent.
Thank you.
You've pretty much done it all, Paul.
I certainly have had a blessed career, I'll tell you that. I'm absolutely grateful for it, too.
Well, you know, it's so amazing, you know, and you and I were even talking about some of the Spinal Tap stuff, which we'll talk about later, but I wanted to bring up, you're going to be at the Ryman next Friday, June 9th.
Thank you for mentioning it. Yes, I can't wait. I've got my old band back together from the Letterman show, the world's most dangerous band.
Yeah.
All the people that were in the trenches with me at night after night,
Such an
dealing with
incredible
Dave,
band.
you know, coming up with spontaneous things
Yeah.
and playing stuff by ear. We're all back together and loving it. We made a CD together.
And that just came out in the spring.
Yes, that's right. And it's called Paul Shaffer and the World's Most Dangerous Band. And we sing on it ourselves, and we have many great guest artists on it too.
You know, I was telling somebody, you've got, you know, from Shaggy to Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And then also, your bass player, Will Lee, is also singing on it, besides you, of course.
He sings great on it. And Felicia Collins, my guitarist, she sings terrific on it
I
as
love
well.
it on that, on Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yes, exactly, that venerable old hit. But she puts her own take on it. Maybe the first time a woman has sung Some Kind of Wonderful.
That is, it's a great version, though.
And thank you, and she knocks it out of the park every night on this little tour we're doing.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do it at the Ryman. Plus, we got the great Valerie Simpson,
I saw
who
that.
also sings on the record, but is touring with me.
Right.
Coming out and doing a mini set of her hits, and she's had many, many of them.
And then you've got one of your buddies that lives here in Nashville.
Well, this is a great thrill for me, a reunion. Myself and the great legendary Steve Cropper.
Right.
We were in the Blues Brothers together.
Yeah.
But you know, before that, for goodness sake, he was in Booker T and the MGs and co-wrote so many great ones like Midnight Hour, Dock of the Bay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
with him on stage, he's going to play guitar for me because
How
Sid McGuinness
amazing.
couldn't make it. So with him and Valerie Simpson on stage together, we're going to have some moments.
What a great show.
Yes, it's a terrific show.
Yeah.
And
And
I talk a lot in it. I tell stories, inside stories of the Letterman show and the different artists that I got to play with and stuff. And then I demonstrate and we all play the songs.
Well, you're such a gifted musician and singer yourself too, Paul. But I always thought it was neat that, you know, that you took the musical director a step further. You were a true sidekick to David with the Letterman show.
Well, I used to say we were going to, of course, our idols and our model was the Johnny Carson.
Right.
And Ed McMahon, and of course, Doc Severinsen was a band leader. And I used to say, well, we don't have, you know, I'm sort of a combination of Doc and Ed, which means dead, but that's, you know. No.
But you were great.
I jumped at the chance
It was
of
so
doing
much
it. I
fun.
love comedy. I was very heavily influenced by my Canadian friends with whom I did the show Godspell in 1972 in Toronto. Martin Short, Eugene Levy, Andrea Martin,
And that was
Gilda
one of your
Radner.
earliest deals.
One of my first professional
Yeah.
job, but getting to hang out with those kids and how funny they were. I
Well,
mean,
and then
I
also,
just-
you and I were talking off camera about your time with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
You know, and you're still close friends with Bill Murray, and then working with Gilda Radner all that time too.
blessed. I don't know what to say, but these are some of the most talented, funniest people that ever were.
Well, and the work that you did on Briefcase Full of Blues with the Blues Brothers, I mean, when I was growing up, Paul, it was like we played almost every song on there. We gigged out with those songs. You know,
Well,
and-
what's your instrument?
Yeah, guitar.
I see.
Yeah,
I
guitar.
didn't
But it's
realize
like
that.
it's like wow, what I mean, just incredible music, and it still holds up today.
And you got to hand it to John and Danny, I guess, for keeping that music alive and exposing it.
Right.
And they give a lot of artists a second life.
They really did.
Like James Brown and Aretha Franklin, putting them in the movie.
Matt
you know?
Guitar Murphy.
That's, well, of course. And this was in the middle of the disco era when
Yeah.
people weren't really concentrating that much on.
And it helped revive it. And you were in the second movie.
Well, that was, you know, I had to pull out of that first movie at the last minute because I was working with Gilda Radner
Certainly.
and there was a schedule conflict. It almost killed me after I put that band together so lovingly not to be in the movie. But Danny Aykroyd, still a dear friend, made sure I was in the follow-up, Blues Brothers 2000, and I did that music, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, you know,
and I got to produce Aretha in the end, doing Respect, and I got to work with James after all, and so,
How
you know,
incredible.
Danny made it okay.
Well, you know, in your time, I was joking with you when you first came in here to the Musicians Hall of Fame about your role as Artie Fufkin.
Yes.
You know, and then we were talking about the video you did on Funny or Die, to where Artie was like, he was like promoting you at the record store.
I got to be in This is Spinal Tap movie that people still talk to me about today. They still watch it. And I played, yes, the local promo man in Detroit, Artie Fufkin. And then recently recreated the scene for Funny or Die,
which was
as
incredible.
part of my record promotion, you know, to try to get this CD out there, and played both roles, Artie the promoter and me as myself. And I want to tell you that my daughter Victoria plays a little fangirl in it.
That is so incredible.
And she's terrific in it. Look her up.
Yeah,
you know,
I will. And I
expecting
watched the
good
piece.
things.
Well, and also, you know, when you would do Don Kirshner,
Well.
your impersonation, because I grew up watching Don Kirshner, and you know, and you would just nail it.
I got to do a show with him. He was trying to produce a new Monkees. You know, he was the music supervisor of the Monkees. And he came up with an idea in the 70s for a show like that, where I and a kid named Greg Evigan auditioned and got these roles as rock performers who had sold our souls to the devil. And the show only lasted one summer in '77, but I got to be there when Don Kirshner first went on the air to do his on-camera intros for his Don Kirshner's Rock Concert.
Wow.
And he switched from a very fast-talking New York publisher promoter. I want to tell you, forget about it with the Carole Kings and the Sadakas and the Barry Mann, Cynthia Weil we had, and when we had everybody signed, and when he got on camera, he froze up and he got so nervous and he became, I'm Don Kirshner, you know, and that was I brought the impression to Saturday Night Live when I came back.
Oh my gosh. Well, I wanted to mention also, you know, you and I were talking off camera that you've become such a part of Nashville now, and how much your wife enjoys it here also. And now they actually have an exhibit for you here at the Musicians Hall of Fame.
Well, this is a big thrill. I came to visit this Hall of Fame the last time I was in town, and I had heard about it, and of course my good friend and bassist Will Lee, who will be with me at the Ryman.
Incredible.
He was one of the first class inducted here at the Musicians Hall of Fame, and he deserved it. He played on a million records.
Oh, yeah.
But he was so thrilled with it here, and when I came down, I could see why. They've got instruments here. I mean, Elton John's piano, Barry Beckett's Wurlitzer, you know, that he played with the Staples singer. So many records that we know, and then we see the instruments.
Right.
And Joe Chambers let me sit down at some of them, like Charlie Rich's piano,
and
play a little behind closed doors on it. And I'm telling you, it sounds just like it, because you know that was the piano.
Yeah.
So now I have an instrument, the instrument that I played on Letterman show all the years at CBS.
And one of your suits too.
Yes, and I donated a suit and a pair of shoes, you know, in case you need a pair to dress up, and a pair of shades, you know.
The full outfit.
But this was the instrument, the Kurzweil K2000, that I used to start the whole show with that you know, I would just play one note and the synthesizer would go. That's the instrument that's here now in the Hall of Fame.
That's amazing.
It's no Barry Beckett's Wurlitzer, but at least, you know, it's something.
Well, I'll tell you what, all the musicians you've played with over the years too, I mean, in between doing the David Letterman show, you've still been on record after record, and even on your new record, I mean, you've even got Dion on there.
I know, the great Dion, the Wanderer.
Yeah.
We only wandered because he wandered. Right? You know, he was the wanderer. Oh, I know. And Billy Murray sings a song on it too.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It is a lot of fun, and he loves to sing.
And that was Happy Street.
That's right. That's one of the few originals. We did a lot of covers, some that I knew, some that I didn't even know. But Happy Street we sort of whipped up especially for Bill.
But you know, that was the great thing too with you on the David Letterman show. You always made it feel so natural, Paul. You know, it's like you never looked like you were thrown by any song or any artist. It was just always smooth.
I know a lot of songs, so certainly if David ever asked for a song, I would usually be able to play it for him. And as far as the artists, a lot of homework, you know, definitely trying to prepare and know their music. In the case of the classic people, we knew the music anyway, you know.
Right.
They could tell we had studied them, like James Brown, like Eric Clapton,
gosh.
you know, all these people.
Oh, yeah.
But we all did our homework and took those records home and learned our parts, just like a rock band would, you know.
But you always seemed like you were having fun. You were always enjoying it.
What could not be fun about what I do? I get to do comedy and music and have my own band play my favorite song and go up against the fastest, quickest, funniest guy, still, I think, that ever did it.
Well, it was like ping pong with you guys.
David Letterman.
Yeah, you guys were like, it was like back and forth.
He was so encouraging to me, and he even said, if you have anything, throw it in. I don't care if I'm in a monologue, he said, or if I'm interviewing a guest. What boss would say that?
Nobody.
He gave me such confidence.
And that's why you guys were so tied for those 33 years.
And I was able to improvise with him and be funny with him in a way that I couldn't do anywhere else, but just because of his support and how comfortable he made me feel.
It was just amazing. And then you even broke out and were the voice on Hercules for Hermes.
I was a voice actor, yes, and there was a little action figure made of me. They made the Hermes look just like me, you know, with shades and
oh my gosh.
Except I was all blue.
Yeah.
What a compliment though from Disney.
Incredible.
Yes, I have my own action figure.
Well, I can't wait to see what you do next, Paul.
Well, I'm doing this now. This is the most fun I've ever had. I think my own
But this,
show.
And this tour is going to stay on because I know, coming into the Ryman this next week, you're going to have more tour dates. People can find it at your website.
Yes, I'm working on a website. I got a Facebook page so far. Paul Shaffer and the World's Most Dangerous Man has the tour dates. Website in the process, and my publisher says, you got to get a website. I'm so far behind.
She's awesome, though. You got a great
Yeah,
publicist.
thank you very much. She is a trip. So yes, go to my Facebook page, Paul Shaffer and the World's Most Dangerous Man. You see where we're going to be. We're all over the place, just through the spring, though.
Yeah. Well, I think it's incredible. Also, pick up a copy of the album. I'll tell you what, it's incredible because you've got so many different genres of music and so many artists encompassed within one album. And it's great. And the tour is going to be awesome with special guests next Friday here at the Ryman in Nashville. And so be sure and see Paul Shaffer and the World's Most Dangerous Band. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much.